We are back with more of My Southern Home, and I'm here with Riley Wakefield and William Sommer with Intercept Roofing. And Riley, this was a very special project for you guys, and you helped these homeowners completely remodel and give their roof a new look.
Yes, ma'am. So it was a process from picking the shingle selection to the color. In this job, we did all new copper, so all the dormers. I believe there was 16 in total. Copper barrel dormers, which you can see behind us there. So all of that was redone, new copper gutters, and the shingle that they selected was a luxury line, so a designer shingle.
This was a pretty lengthy process to get these here. You make it sound so simple, but you guys brought out the copper, they picked it, and everything was done on site.
Yeah, so if anybody out there has tried to get copper in this market, it's pretty difficult to get in general, but in this quantity, it's a process. So if you would see the copper that we tore off and replaced, it was massive. Several trips to taking that copper just to get it off premise, the old ones that we ripped off. So it was a long process. We broke it down into chunks. So redoing the roof, then tackling, at the same time the dormers, which, yes, we had broke all the copper on site. So it was a fun job, fun experience, and there's some cool specialty work built into it. So it was a lot of fun.
And William, I love the shingles that they chose because it just makes that copper pop.
Yeah. So like Riley had said, this house is now adorned rather, in a luxury line shingle. So it's a CertainTeed Belmont. Some of the pros of that are it, of course, is gorgeous, but it's also a bit more robust and holds up to the weather a bit more. A house like this just demands a shingle that, can cover it well.
Yes. Well, and here in the Middle Tennessee area, it's really important that homeowners invest in a weather protective shingle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you said one thing that is true. It makes that copper pop. And that was through the decision making on selecting a shingle in that color. Obviously, the Belmont comes in several different colors, but that black mimics a slate, look. And also, you've got that real stark contrast between the shiny copper and that black roof. So it really makes it stand out. And if you look at the gutters, everything, all that copper just really pops and makes a statement.
So, when you're doing interior design, designers, lots of times they talk about having everything together. You have the cabinets, the fronts of the cabinets, you have the tile or the backsplash or the quartz and the flooring. And I mean, you guys kind of did that with this, and you don't think about that when it comes to a roof.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I always say, I preface, hey, I'm a roof nerd, right? I look at roofs everywhere I go, so I look at colors and color schemes. Some people have a color in mind and a specific shingle in mind, and if I disagree, I'll let them know. But part of it is you're picking a color to go on the top of your roof, which protects all your assets inside. So it's important, and especially with a roof like this and a home like this, it really demands, like William said, something that's making that statement, right? So you want the protection, but there's also an aesthetic value to it. So that's really comes into the decision-making process. I'm a facilitator, so I'll give my 2 cents on what I think is going to look right, and really you're safe with any black shingle because you can change anything on this home to a different color and it's still going to look nice.
And Raleigh, one of the great things about your company is, this home, obviously, budget was not an issue. But most households work with some form of budget, especially if it's a unforeseen event and they're working with insurance companies. And you can help them regardless.
Yeah, I mean, it's really 2 different scenarios. If it's retail versus insurance, we can help assist and educate, right? At the end of the day, if you want a shingle like this, it's not going to be, a cheap investment, but it is an investment. But, say you were just looking for a solid, robust roof system that's gonna, stand up over time, robust warranty, good to go, we can facilitate that as well. You know, it comes down to what system they want on their home. And that's what we do. We just educate, show them the options, and show them the pros and the cons, you know.
And William, you guys do that based on a needs analysis that you do with the customer. So you can really find out what their needs and wants are, and maybe how the home's not working for them now, and how a shingle or a new roof can help it function better.
Yeah, that's right. So it's essentially a Venn diagram for the homeowner. We're combining the aesthetic along with the cost, what fits in their budget, what makes sense for them. And really what we're trying to do is just align the product to the client for not only their budget, but also to help breathe some fresh air into their house and really help their home pop if they are just replacing it in the middle of their street.
Well, thank you guys so much for bringing us here today. It was so fun and informative to talk about roofs, because it's not something we talk about a lot on the show. So it was a real treat for me.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.